What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Exonon here, back with you at another video. Today we're talking about Project Dunbar and what is going on with it. Yeah, whatever I say on this channel is not financial advice. It's all speculation and my own opinions. Yeah, it's all my personal opinions, like William Hinman. Yeah, nothing I say is to be taken serious. It's all entertainment. If you guys have a good one. Uh, Trying to get this video short, but I hope it's short. But looks like we're gonna bite a bit long on this one, just because there's so many things to cover. Right. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. So this article came out 2 days ago. You today, Ripple is under siege as 63 central banks collaborate new payment system market. First of all, this title is bull because I've seen Ripple partner with more banks during a lawsuit than anything else. So 63 banks make Ripple under siege. Joke. Uh, where else? I didn't really go through the whole article, but I'll just there's a part here. Yeah, it says project done by institutional Ripple competitor. Okay. In a press release, BIS announced the Central Bank of Australia, Malaysia, Singapore, South Africa were developing a shared platform that could enable international settlements using digital currencies. The aim of the project is to facilitate direct cross-border transactions between financial institutions in different currencies in a cheap and efficient manner. Uh, this is an oxymoron article. Look at the statement. Look at the statement right here. The aim of the project is to facilitate direct cross-border transactions between financial institutions in different currencies in a cheap and efficient manner. That's what Ripple does. First of all, Aust- uh, Australia now has Commonwealth. Bank of Australia was doing something with RippleNet, and last year, what was it, April, sometime back, April or May, when all their networks went down and it came back up, and you saw there was that announcement with RippleNet. Uh, and then with South Africa, we have Project Goga 2, and now we moved on to this Project Dunbar. And Project Goka 2, they were working R3 Corda. They did the consulting. They also worked with RippleNet, and Ripple has, and we'll get into that because this article with they was also talking about R3 Cordas. They mentioned Corda and Patio. I have an ear of that one, and I'll have to look that up soon. But we'll just get into a couple of videos of what's really going on right with this stuff. And there is some confusion around R3 Corda and Ripple and them being competitors, and this article brought a lot of confusion along the way, which needs we need to bring some order back to stuff. We have this tweet from Bank XRP, SBI financial results briefing, except Qatar president. We have already begun discussion to create a project to use XRP for R3. By using R3, XRP is used more extensively. Ripple and XRP reconciliation. Okay, and this video I'll drop it in the link below on what he's really talking about and how they're using Ripple and stuff like that, right? And what they're doing with R3 Corda and how they're working on it. Because yeah, and then there's another tweet from Crypto Airy. Says, do your own research. There's one Corda and there's two Corda Settler. Settler was built under the directive of SBI Ripple Asia. SBI Ripple Asia. Right, Corda Settler is used XRP has its first digital asset to demo its functionality. Okay, they was testing it. Fair enough statement there. Settler is an agnostic multi-asset platform. Okay, this means that they are using more than one asset. It's not only XRP, there's other assets that are going to be accommodated for. Yes, obviously we will see that happen, and there'll be the Corda app, and I do believe there'll be more Corda apps that cater for cryptos, but I do not physically believe that it is a competitor and it's a threat and it's making Ripple to be under siege. That statement is something I do not agree with, and that does not add up very well. And then if you see, are three quarters actually working with Ripple, so they're not a competitor with them, they're actually working with them. For example, right, 10 years ago, you look at two companies, just say Amazon Web Service and Google, and you look at them at competition. Today, if you look at both of them, they're working with each other. It's the same with crypto. It's one ecosystem. It's I've seen people take two projects, put them against each other, stuff like that. Uh, like I said, Matheads do things like that just for cloud chasing and attention seeking. Tutor ADD, counseling type of people do stuff like that. Uh, yeah, they tutor ADD is what I call it when you take two projects and put it against each other just to get a reaction. It's freaking stupid. Yeah. With that being said, we'll get into this right here in crypto. The same from crypto area again. Super high level secret sauce. But boy, uh, SBI Qatar, he brought XRP on demand liquidity into the Philippines. In addition, excellent example use case to talk about is how the XRP ledger is being used to expand with the remittance app MoneyTap and looking to Africa. Okay, let's see what she says in this video because it's really interesting and the points that she touches on and how R3 Corda is working with Ripple and XRP.
SBI Remit. This is companies both in Vietnam and Cambodia. Again, they are using Ripple to do international remittance with these two companies. So something like this will be increased more and more. And we just recently announced this, and I actually helped increase the price of Ripple. But SBI Remit deploys Japan's first international money transfer service using crypto assets. So this will be used to do international remittance from Japan to Philippines. So this is a new service using Ripple's payment infrastructure and digital asset, XRP. By utilizing such technology, the credit risk and cost will be reduced significantly. This is the overwhelming competitiveness. Remit will become overwhelming number one in international remittance. And not only in Japan, but they could become a global player as well. In addition to that, I'm making them make SBR Optica to do a used car business, and I'm planning to use Ripple for transmission or remittance of the money here.
I'm gonna pause it there. That's where she talks about. She gets into. There's another part of SBI called SBI Motors. They do stuff in Africa, yeah, and that's definitely going to be tied up with Japan and stuff like that. And there's a lot of branches with that, and banks and stuff work with that. Uh, Toyota uses R3 Corda, so it's very interesting how that's all going to play out. But that's the point we're getting here is that Corda uses XRP, does not compete with it by any means. The project Dunbar, if you read through it as well, they literally state that they're using cross-border stuff, right? Now, because I'm from South Africa and I'm a citizen of South Africa, I can only speak of what's going on South Africa. I'm not a citizen of the world and stuff like that. So, or a metaverse citizen. So I'm just gonna tell you like what's going on in South Africa because you can see it's a brick nation. It's put out in the project Dunbar, and before Project Dunbar could come on the scene, we had Project Goka 2, right? Uh, they took it out, but they still have the first one because the initial first Project Goka, I know it says published date 2018, but there's a document back 2015 where R3 was doing consulting with banks and they were just getting their foot in the door and you know how they're going to use the technology and stuff like that. And you can see Project Goka receives Best Distributed Ledger Initiative Award 2018. Around this time, there's also some documents provided. Right. Then this is the Project Goka 2 document, which talks about CBDC, which now we have Project Danda that's doing that. One of the things you will see the following industry participants will join, which you see is the IFWG on Project 2, APSA, First Rand, Investec, JSE, Netbank, Standard Bank, and Strat. Right, we have APSA right here. Now, where do we all go when it comes to APSA? Right, APSA, right? This is what I was talking about. They don't actually have a date for this document on it. Okay, 21st September 21. I do believe this document. There was some older stuff though that they were doing with the recorder. There's just so many documents, but yeah. So they talk about. You can pause this and check this out. It says among the local frontrunners who are experimenting with blockchain on a significant scale is Absa Bank, member of Barclays Africa Group Limited, Barclays Africa, which is ultimately with Barclays. Today it became the first African banking group to join the global R3 blockchain consortium, a financial innovation firm that has partnered with 42 of the world's leading banks to design and deliver advanced distributed ledger technologies to global financial markets. One of On the back of this membership, Absa will be hosting a collaboration with several other South African banks to develop the continent's first distributed ledger-based banking solution. Right? Distributed ledger. Keep that in mind. R3 Corda, I'm working with that. We've seen Absa, Barclays, right? This is the Barclays document that came out in 2018 or 2019 was it, but this is just a small part of it where it explains real-time movement validation settlement, which you know, and they literally put Ripple XRP in here. Why would they do that? Because that's the infrastructure that it's now built on, and you can kind of see how this is all playing out with RippleNet and Absa being partners with them and stuff like that. We go back right to Absa. RippleNet, you know, is also part of the World Economic Forum. This is This is one of the documents that they came up with. I'm not going to go fully into it. One of the people on this document, and I've did a video before, right, with Absa Bank, and it talks about the cyber pandemic, which you all guys know that's coming, right? You aware that's coming, right? Contributor Sandro Pacinieri, Group Chief Security Officer, Absa Group, all these people, I'm saying working with banks, APSA Group, CBDC, World Economic Forum blackout, all part of the plan. You'll see why it goes into that narrative soon, because this just happened, right? When Project Dunbar did come out, they said Iran prototype tested on international platform. As you can see, this currencies are the rand, South African rand. You just seen I showed you blackout dude, and they talk about Project Dunbar here, right? Now, what happened after they did this test? This is what happened. They have made an announcement, and this actually came out today. But imagine 2 days. There's actually other articles. It came out straight after that they have done this test. Repo rate increases, domino effect will bring financial ruin to South Africans. So now what they're doing is they're hiking up the interest rates. And when they do this hike up the interest rates, they're going to introduce the CBDCs. And the economy is going to crash. I do believe it's going to play out with that World Economic Forum blackout. Uh, Flip of the switch. I don't know if it's an actual switch or it's in code, GitHub code. That's not been yet. There's a set date for that code to be pushed. That's probably what it is instead of an actual switch. I don't know about that. But the repo rate, it's also part of the shadow banking system, right? The guys that are working behind the scenes. The repo rate increases domino effect will bring financial ruin to the majority of South Africans, while over 20 million of them already go to bed hungry every day. I know about 20 million, but yeah, that's crazy there. And we've seen South African Reserve Bank, they work in Project Goka, which now they moved to Project Dunbar. Right, so where do we go now? Because I'm showing you this stuff. This is what you said.
Hike interest rates by a further 25 basis points today to 4.25% in an attempt to slow inflation. Well, that's the expectation by several economists, with the Russian war in Ukraine pushing oil prices to a 14-year high. Global agriculture and other commodity prices have also
I'm going to pause there right there. They're throwing in the war narrative, but they literally just put the CBDC live, and after throwing out the CBDC live, while testing it, probably got the get go. After getting the get go for the CBDC with Project Dunbar, they have now picked up interest rates. Why? It's to screw up the economy. Uh, the celebration of Ripple is coming in soon. Yes, that's what they've did after doing this test, right? Now, why do I say Ripple? Because we've seen the CBDC book that Ripple has. Everything's going to go through the XRP ledger, uh, and how this plays out. To CBD, let's just cover this up. CBDC is the sovereign equivalent of private cryptocurrencies and digital like Bitcoin, Ethereum. It will be issued and controlled by a country's central bank and used by people and businesses for retail payments, much like cash, but in a digital form. CBDCs will also be used for wholesale settlements in the interbank market. Wholesale settlements. So what they will have, they got the private XRPL. They use XRP to do the settlements. Don't think you can use a CBDC because I think CBDCs have an expiry date on them. You can only use a CBDC for a limited amount of time. Is I know when they come out, they have a date where they expire and they burn them or something like that. So I don't see how that's going to be used. You'll use CBDCs, to spend here and there and stuff. It is cash, it's central bank digital currency. It has a lot of restrictions to it, and it's on the XRP ledger. Yeah, that's just like few parts, but let's see why I say everything flows through the XRP ledger when it comes to CBDCs. You have this video right here. This is from XRP Prince. Right, let's listen to this.
XRP, let's go to XRP, right? Because everybody on this channel has XRP. It's staggering what's going to happen with that. Because if you think about how many tokens they're allowing to be sold, and for every $1 trillion that run through XRP daily, theoretically, the stock should be $10,000. As I said on TWC's channel, if you use that analogy, and 4/5 of the world's population suddenly is going to get UBI money, and that's China, the South Asia countries, India, and Africa. Suddenly they all have money. Guess what it has to run through? XRP. And it doesn't matter even if you go in and you buy lobster. That cash leaves XRP, goes into XLM. When you want to cash it out, guess where it goes? Back into XRP. So it's a big round robin. And so you can, XRP is just going to be outrageous. I mean, we're hearing absolutely stupid 7-digit numbers. And it's, yeah. And
you're giving me chills. I'm serious. I'm getting chills.
Yeah, that's the thing. This XRP ledger, the beauty, it's tying up all networks together, federated side chains, where it's linking up other blockchains to the XRP ledger and stuff like that. Right, what we have is these few features that has on the XRP ledger that would have, with the CBDCs and the project Dunbar and all these countries setting themselves, right? So this is an example. This is from xrpl.org. It talks about auto bridging. Any offer in the XRP ledgers, decentralized exchange that would exchange two non-XRP currencies that potentially use XRP as an intermediary currency in a synthetic order book. Okay, I'll stop right there. You can pause and read the whole part. With banks and stuff, they have private XRPLs, stuff like that, where they can do their transactions and stuff. And if they have a non-currency, right, then they can just use XRP instead. But here's an example, and we'll go through this example. Anita places an offer to sell pound and buy BRL. I'm not sure what currency that is. She might find that this uncommon currency market has few offers. There is one offer with a good rate, but it is insufficient quantities to satisfy Anita's trade. However, both GBP and BRL have active competitive markets to XRP. The XRP's ledger auto bridging system finds a way to complete Anita's offer by purchasing XRP with GBP from one trader, then selling XRP to another trader to buy BRL. So basically, I'm going to stop there. You can see it's like you said, from one country to another country's currency. You're having XRP support that. What else? They talk about cross-currency payments. In the XRP ledger, you can send cross-currency payments that exchange tokens. XRP are both like direct XRP payments. These payments use the payment transaction type. Cross-currency payments within the XRP ledger are fully atomic, meaning that either the payment fully executes or no part of it executes. By default, cross-currency payments delivers a fixed amount to their destination at the variable cost to their source. Cross-currency payments can also be partial payments which deliver a variable amount to the destination within a fixed sending limit. Okay, that's interesting. That's just one part. Then you have rippling, and this no one really talks about as well. And that guy, that video that I just shared about everything flowing in and through the ledger, this is where the rippling effect comes into play, and CBDCs and all this other stuff. Right. In the XRP ledger, rippling describes a process of atomic net settlement between multiple connected parties who have trust lamps for the same token. Rippling is essential because it allows users who hold tokens to send those to each other with the issuer as a passive intermediary. In a sense, rippling is like a passive two-way exchange order with no limit and a one-to-one exchange rate for two tokens within the same currency code but different issuers. Okay, you have a currency code. So in the future as well, if I'm sending you, if we're staying in the same country, if I'm sending money from my bank to your bank, there's a currency code that is still going to flow through Ripple nets. You'll get your, if you're using not XRP but CBDC's currency code, I send rand to you, you'll get it within 3 seconds. There's no delays and stuff like that. If you're in the same currency, yeah, that's the beauty. But XRP does solve a lot of things if you just want to. But if I was then in another country, sending from another country where the cross border comes in, then yes, you, that's where XRP comes in to resolve that issue. And that's why it's a global bridge currency. They've got something. So you can pause and look through this. Explains it how they doing stuff here with the rippling. Right now, let's get into Project Dunbar. Pretty quick, there was some interesting stuff here, which they did. They did a good job with this document. Project Dunbar is a collaboration between the Bank of International Settlements Innovation Hub, Singapore, the Reserve Bank of Australia, Bank of Negara, Malaysia, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, and South African Reserve Bank to explore a common platform for multiple central bank digital currencies could enable cheaper, fast, and safer cross-border payments. That's XRP. There's no need to explain further than that. Come down, right? You can pause this later, give you all the stuff that's going on here. To give you an idea, you can pause this and see what's going on here. Issues, South African Rand, and then how the ledger works with all this stuff. And then international settlement of multi-CBDC common platform could make cross-border payment faster, cheap, and safe. They're not going to go make something else when they just built on top of that. They spent like 7-8 years working with R3 Corda and XRP Ledger. Is both they're going to build something else. This project Dunbar is built on top of they're using XRP. There's no about that. They are using the XRP Ledger. Show you some other stuff that I did find. They had some good points here. If you look at this, everything on this indicates and points towards XRP commercial banks. Select other banks, non-resident banks. They kind of, if you look at initiate, transfer, and exchange of CBDCs, issue and destroy CBDCs, on-ramp, off-ramp, all those stuff is on there. Right. Access to platform. Right. I think what is interesting here was they have this hybrid CBDC model, which then has you thinking, yes, there is XDC that's potentially involved with Ripple along the lines. If you see the whole ISO 20022 infrastructure, I think yeah, XTC is involved here, but I'm not sure what part it plays because it does not play in the functionalities of on-demand liquidity. I know it does stuff with trade finance and stuff like that, and that's where I see it majorly used. I do know in Europe that's what they're looking more to use as well. So maybe within the boards and stuff of Europe, we will see the XDC, CBDC play out there on a smaller scale. You just have to see how that plays out with XDC because they are talking about in hybrid CBDC. Well, when you see this word hybrid, the only hybrid blockchain out there is Zinfin XDC. And they're talking this sponsoring banks. Very interesting stuff there. They have nodes as well. There is XDC nodes, and I've seen nodes mentioned in this article as well. There was just something that I've came across early on, and I hope I didn't miss it by scrolling through. Yeah, the infrastructure, cloud infrastructure part. Alright. In this phase of Project Dunbar, prototypes were developed based on the requirements and designs proposed in the design work streams. The prototypes were developed by the technology providers R3 and Patia using the distributed ledger technology of Corda and Quorum respectively. Okay, when I see this, okay, this is where I would say this is where Zonfund and XDC comes in, but they are not working against Ripple or XRP. They're working with them, right? Let's talk about this thrown in here. Both prototypes were developed in a cloud infrastructure with R3s deployed on Azure Cloud and Patia's deployed on Amazon Web Services. You want to look at Amazon Web Services, right? What is Amazon Web Services using? They're using RippleNet. They even give you a brief example of what RippleNet is for the cloud services. The Xcard, Xrapid, Xvia. There's explaining all the use cases here, right? Now we know they are. We get back here with Amazon, right? Web services and the cloud infrastructure. We see this happened with Ripple last year. Ripple hires top Amazon manager and continues to attract high-profile executives. Devraj Veredan of Amazon has joined Ripple as Senior Vice President of Engineering. And then they talk about this going on. I see Brad Garlinghouse then welcomes Devraj Veredan, joins us from Amazon as Ripple's new Senior Vice President. Okay, that's very interesting. So you have them deploy, so you have Amazon Web Services, then deploy this RippleNet infrastructure for the cloud. Then this guy comes to RippleNet and he's a Senior Vice President, developing the infrastructure, IOV, Internet of Value, which then comes in with the cloud stuff. And I think XRP has the project Clio, which would then come with RippleNet, right? So there's so much going on with XRP. So whatever that article was definitely bad and stuff like that. But yeah, just from speaking from South Africa, this is what's going on. We had Project Goka 2. Now this this CBDC is ready to go. There is no doubt about that. Everything that they said will probably happen in 25. Looks like it's all happening and taking place now with ISO and stuff. All this Canada's ready to go. We, South Africa, are ready to go. Russia, Bulgaria, part of Russia, as they hike up inflation rates. Why would they need to hike up? They just did, like I just said, they did a test with the CBDCs. Now that the CBDCs are ready to go live after that test, they decide to hike up interest rates to crash the economy to bring in the CBDCs. All part of the plan. It showed you world economic contributors, stuff like that. I'll drop a link below and you can see the stuff, how it plays out, because it is very interesting when it comes to RubbleNet and the stuff that's going on there. Anyways, I'm out, guys. You guys